Hi, it's Titi here for My Sacred Blood. Welcome back to the only channel on YouTube that focuses exclusively on truly holistic menstrual care. If you haven't already, do go check out the website. And if you are already on the website and you haven't already joined the mailing list, do consider joining the mailing list by filling out that little form below. And of course, share this content with at least one person who you feel will benefit. So I've said this before, and I will probably say it again. Holistic menstrual mentors are not medical professionals. In fact, holistic menstrual mentors cannot be medical professionals because menstruation is not a medical issue. It only becomes a medical issue if there are abnormalities or irregularities with your period. And the whole point of having a holistic menstrual mentor is so that you have someone to guide you and give you the tools, tips, techniques, and support that you need in order to avoid ever having to get to that point where you do need to seek medical help. So I recently read something that got my attention. Like, it literally made me sit up and it got me in my feelings. And so I was compelled to come and make this video to clarify a few things, because holistic menstrual care is a fairly new area of interest. So new that it doesn't even have a official definition. I try to explain it or to define it here on YouTube on this video if you want to go check that out, and also on my website, and I've gone over it in the digital coaching series, in the digital coaching sessions. However, it's not something that's been officially defined. But there are still people out there who do call themselves holistic menstrual mentors, and there is only a handful of us. I haven't found too many, but it is something that is growing. It's a growing field of interest. So this thing that I came across, because I like to keep my ear to the ground to see what's going on in menstruation news, what's going on the social level, what's going on as far as research is concerned, what products are out there, and so on. And so I came across this website where this woman is calling herself a holistic menstruation mentor. And there's something that was on the site that was troublesome. And that is, she said, or she claims, that the only sign of menstruation, or the only so-called symptom of menstruation that you should be having that's normal, is a rise in body temperature or a fluctuation in body temperature. And that should be the only thing, the only sign of a menstrual period. And anything else would be considered like PMS or a symptom or something that would require medical attention. Now, why is that wrong and dangerous? Anyone who knows anything about menstruation knows that menstruation is completely regulated by hormones. And hormones literally means to set in motion. There is no such thing as having a rise and fall in hormones without that presenting physically. Something is going to move and is going to show on the outside. And so the things that we experience, such as bloating, cramping, mood changes, irritability, swollen breasts, so on, these are natural, but there are ways to deal with them so that they don't really interfere with your life, and so that they don't become a symptom or a syndrome of a disease. And that's why in the coaching sessions, I go over the importance of changing the language as far as menstruation goes. When we discuss PMS is an indication of a disease, because premenstrual syndrome indicates that there's a problem. When you have a syndrome, you have symptoms of a disease. And menstruation, as I said, is not a medical issue. It is not a disease. And so I like to use the term premenstrual indicators. And when you do have swollen breasts, when you do have mood changes and appetite changes, and so on, the list goes on depending on who you are and how your cycle goes. These are indicators that your period is on the way. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not something that we need to ignore or that we need to medicate. And that's why it's important to have more and more holistic menstrual mentors. And that's why I do what I do. I don't do what I do because it's something that I'm doing on the internet, or it's something that I'd like to make a living from, or whatever. I would do this for the rest of my life. I would like it to be my legacy. I would like to know that I helped in some small way to create more holistic menstrual mentors, because this is the type of thing that a lot more women need to know about: how to identify the changes in their body, in their physical state and their mental state, so that they're not rushing to a doctor thinking that there's something wrong. By no means am I claiming to be the originator of holistic menstrual mentorship. It is not true, so I wouldn't do that. But I do find it highly suspect that there are people out there claiming to be holistic menstrual mentors and are using a lot of my talking points, yet still perpetuating the idea that menstruation is a disease with symptoms, and promoting the period tracker apps that could potentially know more about you and your period than you do. The quest to control the fertile womb is an ancient one, and corporations have been steady trying to hijack the conversation around menstruation for decades. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit to see these same corporations trolling the field of holistic menstrual care and holistic menstrual mentorship just to look for a way for them to control that too. So I'll leave it there. I just wanted to make this quick video straight and to the point. I do hope that helps, or at least gave you something to think about. Remember, I'm here every moon day at noon, that's Eastern time. Until the next one, do take care of yourself.